We've all felt lost in life, and I believe it's inevitable. I feel like feeling lost in life is meant to happen to everyone. And I feel like it's a big part of the human experience because we don't know what the future holds for us and we don't know what our true purpose is in life. And when you work on yourself so much and pull yourself out of that hole of feeling lost, like I did, then you can steal your sister's glasses and wear them and feel like a fucking boss because you don't give a fuck what nobody says. Nah, but on some real shit, when you're feeling lost, don't give up. Every hardship, struggle, or suffering you go through is not happening to you, but it's happening for you. You have to remember that when you go through these hard times, when you feel lost or when you feel lonely, you come out as a whole new person. And that's why I said I believe that feeling lost in life needs to happen to everyone. And it does happen to everyone because it's how we evolve as people. So you will develop a harder and stronger mindset, and you will have a new perspective or outlook on life when you come out of that hole of feeling lost. And the one thing you don't want to do when you feel lost or are facing any type of hardship is to not give up and let these things break you down. And I believe in God. I'm pretty faithful. And if you believe in God or any higher power, feeling lost, you have to look at it as a test for you so you can grow as a person. And you have to remember that God doesn't want you to give up either. He wants to see you succeed. And by Him putting you through these struggles and hardships and the feeling of being lost, He wants you to not give up and to persevere through that struggle so you can grow as a person. And this is why we feel lost. Obviously, it's not 100% accurate. It's just what I believe. And you don't have to believe what I say because we all have different opinions and outlooks on life. But if you could just acknowledge this, I believe we've all experienced the feeling of being lost, not knowing what our purpose is, and constantly feeding into the anxieties and fears of our unknown future. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm living a perfect life and I never felt lost or anything, but many times I felt lost and hopeless and unsure. But I never tried to do anything about this feeling. I never once had the desire to learn skills or even experience new things when I was deep in that hole. And so I constantly fed into the thoughts and negative self talk my inner bitch voice was feeding me. And I was letting my mind control me rather than me controlling my mind. And this impacted me in a negative way. This began to ruin my mindset. It led me down a dark path. I began to believe I was depressed and had anxiety and that I was hopeless. I turned myself into a low vibrational person. I let these negative labels I put on myself and negative thoughts imprison me into a world where I thought I wasn't worthy of anything good in life. And if you're anything like me, which you might relate to this, but I'm a huge thinker. I think so much that my thinking sometimes turns into overthinking, which is a huge problem because it can stop you from taking action on the things you know will change your life. And this is how I pulled myself out of this feeling. I went to my bathroom and looked at myself and asked, what do I want to do in life? And what are the things I must do to achieve my outcome? And as cliche as this seems and how like movie like this may seem, it actually works because you are the one person that's standing in your way from achieving the things you want to become or want to achieve. You are your biggest obstacle. So as the thoughts came flooding in, I began to realize that the main thing that's holding me back, making me feel lost and empty, is that I'm constantly chasing comfort. Chasing comfort is what keeps you complacent in life and you begin to live a mediocre life. And this is the type of life I did not want to live, and I still don't want to live. And I know I'm meant for more. I've always admired and been infatuated with how these top entrepreneurs you see on social media live. But the one thing that separates them from a person who's lost in life, fine with their way of living, and who's okay with being average, is that the entrepreneurs constantly chase discomfort. And like I said, you will be your biggest obstacle. You just have to be willing to be real with yourself and make the change in order to get the results you want. And life was not made to be lived on easy mode, especially as a man. As humans, we are meant to chase discomfort because it's the only way we can grow and evolve. So, as soon as I started chasing discomfort and not putting my pleasures before my goals, I began to crawl out of that hole of feeling lost. And the biggest thing you have to understand is that suffering is the key to success. Suffering is inevitable. We must go through it in order to achieve the goals we want to accomplish. So it's time to become a man and take what's yours. So listen up. You know that the cards will always be stacked against you, and this alone should fire you up and light that fire inside you to chase discomfort and break free from living an average life. And if you don't know where to start or how to start, you can literally start by waking up before 6 a.m. You need to go to bed early and smash an early wake up. From there, you get your morning workout in and delete all your social media and replace it with reading and clean up your diet and only eat clean meals. And maybe you even take some cold showers. That's probably another great thing to do because that's way out of everyone's comfort zone. Whatever is out of your comfort zone, that's the thing that you should be doing. Then time will work its magic. And I promise you that in a few months, you'll begin to see your life change right before your eyes. But all this starts from you. It all comes down to how bad you really want it. Peace.